transactions, customer codes. After that, click Add Code. First, you need to select the customer. You are going to enter quotation. After you select the customer, you can view the customer balance, tax numbers, credit limit, and customer delivery address and postal address. Then document number. From here, that system will automatically generate the document number or quotation number. If you want to set the quotation number, you can set it from company settings. Go to document and statements, document numbers. From here, you can set the quotation number. Okay, it's better before enter transaction. If you can set the that document numbers, then system will enter that quotation numbers and it will increase that serial number. Okay. After that, you can enter any customer reference number. If customer requests any quotation or proposal, you can enter that customer reference number. From layout, you can select any layout from here, and also you can design your layouts from custom layout designer. And if you have assigned sales rep to this customer, it will display here. If you want to change, you can change it from here. By clicking this sales rep menu, you can select the sales rep. After that, date. This is date is transaction entering date, and if you are giving any validity period for this quotation, you can select from here. And you are giving any discount, you can enter the discount here. Now, when you are creating the customer, you can set the default discount. Now here we have given 10% discount and 45 days of due date for payments. Those details will apply here. Now here expiry date also 45 days. If you want to change, you can change here. And default discount percentage is 10%. And when you are processing the transaction type or time also, you can change that default discount. Then you can enter items. You can select the item, enter quantity, and if you have given the price, it will display here. Then system will calculate the total. If you want to add any taxes, you can add from here. System will calculate the total and tax. Okay, like that you can enter the customer quotations. I'll repeat it again. We have started from customer transactions. First, we started from customer quotations. To enter customer quotation, go to customers, transaction, customer codes. Click add code. Enter customer name. After you select the customer name, you can view that customer balance, tax numbers, credit limit, delivery address and postal address. Document number system will automatically generate. You can set that number from company settings, and if customer send any document for requesting this quotation or proposal, you can enter that customer reference number. You can select layout, and also you can design these quotation layouts. Then if you are assigning any sales rep to this customer or this quotation, you can select from here. Sales rep drop down menu, you can select the sales rep. Then date is transaction entering date, and if you are giving any validity period for this quotation, you can select from here. You can select, if you are giving 30 days validity period, you can select that 30 days like that. If any valid expiry date for this quotation, you can select the expire date. Then discount, if you are giving discount for this quotation, you can enter here, or line item also you can enter the discount. After that, you can select items, the quantity. If tax available, you can select the tax rate. Then system will calculate the totals. If you want, you can email or print this quotation, or you can save the quotation. Okay, now you can enter quotation. If you have any questions, please ask. Okay, this way you can enter quotation. Now we will discuss other additional features in this customer quotations. Okay, you can enter quotations from customers, transactions, customer codes, and you can select the customer. You can enter items. Okay, now first you can select layouts from here. There are few uh, standard layouts here. You can select the layout and you can view the print preview of that layout. Okay, and if you want to design this layout or if you want to customize this layout, you can uh, design it from customer layout designer. Think first session we have downloaded that. You can log into that custom layout designer using your email and password. After that you can design your layouts. Okay. If you have any questions regarding custom layout designer, you can ask. Right. Next, this option use inclusive amounts. Now here you can see your prices in exclusive price, and if tax available, if your company is a tax registered company, you can view this amounts in exclusive price or inclusive price. If you want to change exclusive price to inclusive price, you can tick this option, then it will change to inclusive price. Okay, now price is 200, tax 8%. If you want to view inclusive amount, you can tick this option, then it will change to inclusive price. And if you want to view exclusive price, you can untick this option. Next, when you are now when you are designing, when you are doing that company settings from customer and supplier settings, you can see use inclusive processing on customer supplier documents by default. If you tick this option, you can view inclusive price, and if you untick this option, use inclusive processing on customer supplier document by default, you can view the exclusive price when you are processing transactions. And for each transaction, if you want to view inclusive or exclusive, you can change it from here. By ticking or unticking, you can change exclusive price and inclusive price. Next, when you are select the items, you can view that reserved quantity and quantity on hand. And from here, you can select account, time or bundle. Okay. Now we have select single item, and if you want to add the account from here, you can change to type. Then you can select GL accounts from the selection. Right. Next, you can select time also. From here, if you have any projects, you can select the project, and from if you select bundle from type, you can invoice bundle item. You can send quotations for bundle items. Right. Now if you want to set 5 computers at once, you can select CPU, speaker, mouse, keyboard. System will calculate the total. Right. From here, from type, you can select item, account, time, and bundle. Next, if you want to add any comment or any additional description for this item, by clicking this file mark, you can click, then it will add a new line. From here, you can add any comment. For an example, if you want to add any serial number or expiry date or any additional instructions when you are using this product, those comments you can add from here. And if you add any comment, you can see this color change to blue. If you add any comments, the color will change to blue. Yes, Sumundu, any questions?
Hello?
Yeah, Sumundu.
Yeah, no, sir. Now, okay.
All right. Right. Okay. Now you can add additional comment or description. Then when you are print, you can view that comment here. Right. Now you can view this serial number. If you enter under that item, it will print in the quotation printout. Next, you can enter discount for this item. You can enter discount as a percentage, or if you are enter discount in amount, you can enter that discount amount under this discount column. You can enter discount percentage or discount amount. Okay, next, if you scroll right side, you can view that your analysis code. If you want to assign this quotation for any analysis code, you can select from here. Okay, and you can add any number of items by clicking this plus mark. If you want to delete any line, you can click this red color mark, then those items will be deleted. Next, document message. You can set document message here, or when you are setting company settings, you can set this document number from customer document messages. Go to documents and statements. customer document messages. You can now here when you are setting this company, we have set validity period 30 days. That message display here. If you want to change, you can change from here. Okay, you can view that document message. Now from here you can set any document messages, and when you are processing transactions, you can select from here. Okay, like that you can enter. So you can change that inclusive exclusive amount. You can add comments. You can select analysis code, and you can enter document message. Okay, now you can enter one more transaction, or you can edit previous quotation, and after that we will discuss this quotation options. Okay, is it clear up to now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks. Right, next one, this document messages. You can add document messages by clicking this add message, and you can enter any description. You can save. Now here document message is validity period 30 days. Now if you select this valid 45 days, it will change to here, and you can add document messages, and you can select, then that message will display here. Okay, right, next we will move to options of these quotations. First click options, then you can view quote GP, that's gross profit of this quotation. From here you can view profitability of that, or gross profit of that, of this quotation. You can view the GP based on average cost or last cost, right? And if this view quote GP not available in your screen, you can change it from, or you can add from here. Go to administration, control user access, select your username and select permission. Click this customers.
Sir, can you repeat it?
Yeah, sure. Go to administration, control user access. Okay, then right side you can view your username. Select your username and click permissions. Okay, go to administration, control user access, select your user and click on permissions. After that you can view access options. Actually this is modules available in this Sage Business Cloud Accounting, and select customers. After that select customer tax invoices. Then you can view, you can tick view GP on invoices, quotes and sales order. Tick this option and save. I'll repeat it again. From access option, select customers, select customer tax invoices, click on view GP on invoices, quotes and sales orders. After that you can save. Then go to your quotation and refresh. Then you can view quote GP. Okay, is it clear? Can you view Quad GP on your screen? Right, from here you can view your quotation gross profit. You can view item code, item description, average cost, exclusive price, GP amount, and GP percentage. And there are two tabs, average cost and last cost. If you select average cost, you can view the gross profit based on average cost. And if you select last cost, your gross profit will calculate based on last cost. Right, next quote history. From here you can view your quotation history. You can view when you created this quotation and who created this quotation, and if it is edited, you can view edited, print date and edit date. Like that you can view the history. Okay, and if you have changed any values, you can view that changed amount, and from here you can view if any user has changed this quotation, you can view from quotation history. Next, show user defined fields. By clicking this user defined fields, you can view user defined fields and you can enter that user defined values for user defined fields. Think you can remember, you can customize this label, or you can change this label names from company settings. Go to company, change company settings. User defined fields. From here select documents and transactions and customer codes. Under customer codes you can rename your label name. Now here delivery is available because we have changed that text user field 1 to delivery. From here you can change your user defined field labels. Next, document attachment. If you want to attach any documents, you can attach from here. You can attach up to 2 MB and up to maximum 5 attachments. By clicking this attachment, add attachment, you can attach any documents to this quotation. Next, document notes. If you want to add any notes to this document, you can add from here. You can add action date and create, you can add note. And when action date reads, it will display in this dashboard. Okay, you can view from to-do list. When this document not action date reads, you can view from dashboard under to-do list. Now here you can view these 3 overdue customer document notes. Like that, you can view that document notes. If you want to get any reminder or you want to get any alert, you can set a document date, and from this dashboard to-do list you can view that. Next, accepted, decline and invoice. Now you can send this quotation to your customer, and if customer accepted that quotation, you can change the status to accepted, and if customer decline this quotation, you can change to declined. And you can convert this quotation to invoice. If you converted this quotation to invoice, the status will change to invoiced. I'll discuss this status. Now, if you open your customer quotes list, you can view here, go to customers, transactions, customer quotes, and from here you can view the list of customer quotations. And from this grid you can change. If you want to customize, you can customize from here. You can add this column by ticking this column name, and if you want to remove any column, you can untick that column name. Okay. Then you can sort these codes from document num or by clicking these headings, and you can view customer name, document number, customer reference, date, expiry date, total exclusive, total tax, total. If you are printed this document, you can view this tick here under printed, and status, sales steps, actions, like that you can view. And if you have attached or if you enter any notes, you can view this ash color change to yellow. From here you can view the document notes. And if you attach any documents, that file icon color also will change. Okay, if you add any notes to any document, or if you attach any attachments to that document, this color will change to yellow. Okay, right. Next one, now there are few status. You can see pending, expired, invoice, like that. There are three status. First one, now from here this quotation you can convert to invoice by clicking this create invoice. If you have converted that quotation to invoice, this status will change to invoice. Next, second one, expired. Now you have sent the quotation, and that quotation expiry date also reached, then status will change to expired. Next status is pending. Now this quotation, first quotation, code number 77, code number 77, date is 9th May, and expiry date is 23rd of June. Now still that we haven't reached that expiry date, therefore its status is pending. Okay, now if you reach the expiry date, now for this one 74 invoice, we have that quotation, we have reached that expiry date, therefore it's expired. And if your quotation still we are not reached the expiry date, status will status pending. Okay, there are three status: invoice, expired, pending. If you converted this quotation to invoice, the status will change to invoice, and if this quotation expiry date reached, it will change to expired, and if you are not reached the expiry date, the status will change to pending. Okay, like that you can view the status. Okay, if you have any questions, you can ask. Ms. Sumudhu. Right. Next, now you can convert this quotation to invoice. Now, if you want to convert this quotation to invoice, you can go to options and create invoice. Then this invoice will convert to quotation. You don't want to enter these details again. Same details will convert to invoice. Okay, now here process cost. After you click create invoice, you can see this code change to process customer invoice. Okay, and you can view that invoice details. You don't want to enter previous details or quotation details again. You can directly process this invoice. Now this status has changed to invoice. Earlier it was pending. Now it has changed to invoice. Next, you can create recurring invoices. We will discuss when you are doing recurring invoices, and you can create sales order. Same as invoice, you can convert this quotation to sales order, and last one, copy code. If you click this copy code, system will create new quotation. Now here number is 77. System will create another quotation with same details, same customer, same item, same pricing. System will copy previous quotation. If you want to do any modifications for new quotation, you can change from here and you can process the quotation. Okay, like that we can do that options. Now if you have any questions, you can ask. Okay, now you can practice these quotation options. If you have any questions, please ask. Okay, is it clear? Right, after you enter quotations, you can view the quotation list. Okay, next we will move to customer sales orders. Now from customer sales orders, you can reserve items to your customers. Now if you are sending goods to your customers before invoice, you can use this customer sales order. Now when you are doing company settings, under general settings, item settings, you can set if you want to reserve item quantities to sales orders, you can tick this option. Then if you enter any or if you enter any sales orders, those quantities will reserve for that customer. Okay, and also from documents and statements, you can set sales order number. If you enter any sales order number here, this number will apply for next sales order transaction. Right, now we will enter sales order, go to customers, transactions, customer sales orders. Click add sales order. First, you can select the customer from customer list down menu. Then when you select the customer, you can view the balance of that customer, and you can view the delivery address, postal address, credit limit, tax numbers. Under customer reference, if that customer has sent any purchase order, you can enter that sales order details or customer purchase order details, and you can change the layout. If you are assigning any sales rep, you can select the sales rep, and from date is current date, and you can select the delivery date. Okay, from here you can select items, and when you are select item, you can see reserved quantity and quantity on hand. And if you are already reserved any quantity for this item, you can view that reserved quantity. After you select the item, you can enter the quantity and selling price, and you can process this sales order. You can email or you can print. Okay, you can enter sales orders from customers, transactions, customer sales orders. Then select the customer. After you select the customer, you can view customer balance, tax numbers, credit limit, and addresses, delivery address and postal address. From items, item selection, you can select the item. You can enter quantity and selling price, and you can process the sales order. Okay, now from these quotations and sales orders, there's no any accounting transactions. It's just a document. There's no any accounting transaction. It will not update that items or customer balances. It's just a document. Okay, now you can enter sales order, and if you have any questions, you can ask. right? Next, we will discuss other options. Now, from here you can add inclusive amount, or you can change inclusive amount to exclusive amount. And from here also you can add any additional comment to that item, and you can select that analysis codes. You can enter item discount percentage or discount amount. Then now when you are entering customer sales orders, you can enter as a fresh sales order, or you can convert from a quotation. Okay, now from here if you select from quote, those items, quotation items will display here, and you don't want to enter sales order again, you can convert from quotation. Okay, if you already given any quotation, if you want to convert to sales order, you can select from quote. Then if you have entered in quotation for that customer, you can view those quotations, and from here you can select the quotation and you can process that sales order. Okay, next you can add any messages. Next we will move to options. These also very similar to that quotation. In these options, you can view sales order gross profit. You can view item-wise gross profit and amount. You can view the gross profit based on average cost and last cost. You can view item last cost, exclusive price, gross profit amount, gross profit percentage, and total gross profit for this sales order. Next, sales order history. You can view who created this sales order and when created this sales order. And if any user change that sales order, you can view from action. You can view edited and date, user, and details of that edited sales order. Then show user defined fields. From here you can view this sales order user defined fields. You can enter any details here and you can save. Next, document attachments. From here you can attach any documents to this sales order. You can attach up to 2 MB and 5 attachments. Next, document notes. You can add document notes here, and when action date reaches, you can view that, or you can get an alert under dashboard. Next, if you want to create the sales order to invoice, you can create from here. Or if you want to copy this sales order from copy sales order, you can copy this sales order. Now here sales order number is 28. Now you can create a new sales order. Okay, like that you can copy sales order, and also you can enter sales order for item, account, time, and bundle items. Right, now you can practice this sales order options, and if you have any questions, you can ask. Okay. After you enter sales orders, you can view your sales orders. You can customize grid. You can customize your sales order grids from here, customize grid menu, and you can add any columns, and you can sort from these headings. Now there are a few status: pending, overdue, and invoice. And invoice means if you have invoiced this sales order to or if you have converted this sales order to invoice, status will change to invoice. And if you have entered the sales order, and if this delivery date reaches, and it will that status will change to overdue. And if you enter any sales order and still that delivery date not reached, status will change to pending. Okay, like that. There are 3 status. And you can create sales orders from customers, transactions, customer sales orders. Click add sales order. From here you can select customer, and you can enter quotation sales order items here, or you can enter sales order by using a quotation. Then those items will display here. In addition to that, you can enter sales order from customer quotations list, and go to customer quotations list, and select the customer quotations and click this action, and select create sales order. Okay, from here this method also you can use for create sales order. Go to customers, transactions, customer codes, and select the quotation, click actions, and select create sales orders. Okay, like that. Also you can create sales orders. Okay, now if you have any questions, you can ask. And from this search options, if you want to search any document or customer, you can add here, and by clicking this search button you can search. Then you can filter from here. You can filter quotations dated today, dated this month, expiring date, expired quotations, pending quotations, invoice quotations, and same as sales orders also you can search. And you can filter your sales orders. These filters you can filter your sales orders. Right, if you have any questions, please ask. Okay, we will go for a short break. We'll go for 10-minute break. We will start at 10:40. Okay, we'll start again. Now we have completed up to customer sales order. We will start customer invoices. Okay, go to customers, transactions, customer tax invoices. Click add the tax invoice. From here we can enter our customer invoice. Okay, first you can select customer. Then you can view the customer balance, tax reference, and delivery address and postal address. Then document numbers will set from the system. If you want to set a new number, you can set from company settings. Document and statements, document numbers. From here, you can set the customer invoice number. And you can enter customer reference. If your customer send any purchase order, you can enter that purchase order number under customer reference. Then from quote or sales order, you can convert any quotations or sales orders in this customer, or you can enter fresh customer invoice as a fresh invoice. Okay, then you can select the customer layout. You can select sales rep. If you assign any sales rep when you are creating customer, that sales rep will display here. And if you want to change, you can change from sales rep drop down menu, and you can change the sales rep. After that, you can select item. When you select item, you can select you can view reserved quantity and quantity on hand, and you can enter the quantity and amount. Okay, after that you can process this customer invoice. You can print or email. Okay, and date is current date, transaction date, and due date is if you are giving any credit period for this customer, that date will display here. Now we will open that customer. This customer has 45 days for payment. Now you can see that system has calculated 45 days from this date, today's dates, and due date is 23rd June. Okay, and if you have entered any default discount, it will display here, and if you want, you can change. And if you have assigned any sales rep to this customer, it will display when you are entering transaction, and if you want to change, you can change. Then from this report layouts, you can set layouts for these customers, and we have set this layout name, and it will display here. Okay, like that you can enter customer invoice. Now you can enter customer invoice. After you enter customer invoice, we will discuss additional features. If you have any questions, you can ask. Okay, now like that you can enter customer invoice. Now we will discuss additional features. Now when you are entering or when you are select customer, uh, if that customer has sales orders or quotations, you can invoice those quotations or sales orders. Uh, if that any pending quotations or sales order available, when you are select the customer, system will display that message. There are outstanding sales orders for this customer. Do you want to invoice them now? And if you want to invoice those quotations or sales orders, you can click or you can select yes. And from this list, you can select the sales order or quotations. You can view that QO is quotation, SO is sales orders, and if it is invoiced, you can view this here status. And if you haven't invoiced, you can select that quotation or sales order. Okay, and if you link that quotation, that prices will change, and you can select OK. Then that quotation items and prices will display here. Okay, from here, from quote sales orders recurring invoices, you can select or you can convert your pending quotation or sales order to invoice. Okay, then those items will display here. And if you want to change quantity or price, you can change when you are processing the sales or customer invoice. Right, next you can select the layout. You can select sales rep, and from inclusive exclusive you can change that exclusive price or inclusive price. This is only the display of that with taxes, and if you want to view without taxes, you can select inclusive price, sorry, exclusive price. Okay, next if you want to add any comment or notes to that item, you can select or you can click this option file mark, and you can enter that comment. Then it will display in the invoice. Okay, you can view this additional and comment available. Right, next you can select your analysis code from here, and if you select analysis code, this income will goes to that analysis code, and you can generate your profit and loss report at analysis code wise. When you are generating profit and loss report, you can view that each analysis code wise income, expenses, and you can calculate the profit. If you are not assigning to any analysis code, it will display under unallocate, uncategorized, and you can view total project income. Right, next you can enter message here and you can select from here. And when you are creating customer, you can enter that credit limit for that customer, and if you are exceeding that credit limit, when you are processing that transaction, system will pop up a message, your credit limit will exceeded, would you like to continue? And if you want to process, you can select yes, and if you want to discontinue, or if you want to if you don't want to invoice, you can select no. Okay, and if you want to process the invoice, you can select the yes. Okay, now this customer balance is 265,000. Credit limit is 150,000. Now, if you are processing this transaction, it will exceed the customer credit limit. Then the system will pop up a message. Do you want to process this transaction? If you want to process, you can process the transaction. Okay, next. Now, if you select this item, it has a 0 quantity. Now, when you select that item, there's a message processing this quantity will be cause the quantity on hand for this item to fall below 0. You are not allowed to process below quantity on hand. Okay, then I think you can remember this when you are setting company settings, under item settings, so under general settings, item settings, there are two options. One, when item quantities fall below 0. Second option, do not allow item quantities below 0. Now, first option says it's only a alert. You can view that quantity fall below 0. And second option is system not allowed to process that transaction. Now we have select the second option. Therefore, system will not allow to process that transaction. Okay, we select another one. Now this this item has 1,441 quantity on hand. We will enter 1,500. Then system will not allow to process that transaction. If we select the first one, it's only a warning, and save. We will enter new customer invoice. Now you can remember that previous message is red color icon there. Now it's changed to orange. Processing this quantity will cause the quantity on hand for this item to fall below 0. This might result in reserved item being unavailable for delivery. If you want to process, you can click process, or you can click OK, and you can process the transaction. But if you select first option, if you select the second option, do not allow quantities below 0, system will not allow to process this transaction. If you select first one, system will allow to process that transaction. Right. Next, we have discussed that if a customer exceed the credit limit, it will pop up a message, and if items fall below 0, system will pop up a message. And if you untick both these options, system will not display any alert when your quantities fall below 0. Okay. Next, we will move to options. Before that, you can check these options. You can enter credit limit, and you can change these item settings, and you can check that transactions. Okay, you can take 5 minutes, and you can check that transactions. Okay, right. Next, we'll move to price list. Now, when we are creating, when you are setting that item settings, we have add a few price list. First, we'll check this one. Now, I'll open two or few transaction templates. First, I select A01 customer and I select this second item. Next customer also, I select the second item. Third customer also, I select this second item. Okay, now we can view that A01 customer, same item, price is 140. A0101 customer, that second item selling price is 120. This accounting software customer, that same item, exclusive price is 130. Right, now you can remember when you are setting company settings, we have created price list, and when you are creating customers, we have select the price list. Now you can view this customer price list is default price list, distributor price list, and trade price. From here, under default price list, we can select price lists for that customer, and when you are creating the item, we can set the selling price for each price list. Select the item, select price list tab, and from here under exclusive selling price, you can enter the price list for each price list. Okay, according to that, when you are invoicing to that customer, the relevant price will display here. Now we have select same price, same item, but different selling prices. Okay, like that, you can set different prices for different items. First, you need to go to change company settings, general settings, item settings. From here, you can add price list. After that, when you are creating customer, you can select the price list. You can select price list from default price list, and when you are creating the item, from price list tab, you can enter the prices for each price list. Okay, you can set different prices for now. If you are selling different customers at different prices, you can create price list, and when you are creating customers, you can select the price list, and when you are create the item, you can enter the prices for each price list. Okay, there are 3 steps. First, you need to create the price list. Second, when you are creating the when you are creating the customer, you can select the price list. Third, when you are creating the item, you can enter the selling price for each price list. Okay, now you can check that you can create. I think already you have created that price list, and you can view that price list from customer list, and please check whether it's correctly coming for your customers. Okay, you can view the price list from here, each customer and price list, and please enter new invoice for and new invoice and check whether your prices coming correctly. If you have any questions, you can ask.
Sir, can you kindly refresh me the price list creating thing again?
Okay, sure. Prasad, you also have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Right. Okay. I'll repeat it again. First, when you are setting your company settings, you can create price list. Okay. Go to company, change company settings, general settings, item settings. From here, under price list, you can create price list. Okay. By clicking this plus mark, green color plus mark, you can create price list. And if you want to rename, you can click on that price list name and you can rename that price list. Right. After that, you can save that price list. Okay, now we have completed the first step. Second, when you are creating customers, under default settings, we can set the default price list for that customer. Okay, we can select the price list and you can save. This is second step. Finally, when we are creating items, under price list tab, we can enter selling price for each price list. Right, like that, you can enter price list and you can save. And when you are processing the transactions, when we select the customer, relevant prices will display here. Okay, now for this A01 customer, its price is 140. Accounting software customer price is 130. This A0101 customer price is 120. Now you can view, if you go to customer list, you can view the customer name and price list. The relevant prices will. Now these 3 customers, A01 default price list, A0101 customer distributed price, accounting software customer price is trade price. Therefore, when you are processing or when you are entering the customer invoice, 3 different prices will display in the screen. Okay, is it clear, Mendis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay, right. Now you can create customer invoice easily, and same in addition to that, you can check other options, and please check now when we are doing we have done several settings in company settings, so you can practice those settings when you are processing transaction. And this price list you can now when you are enter quotations and sales order also, these prices will display, different prices will display uh, if you enter that price list, and if you select uh, prices for price list for customer, and if you have entered different prices in item price list. Okay, right. Step by step we can add the additional features. Please practice, and please go through all previous company settings, and practice when you are processing the transaction. Okay, next we will move to these options. Okay, in addition to that, if you have any foreign customer, you can select that customers, and if you select that customer, that customer's balance, credit limit, item selling price will display in that customer's currency. Okay, now you can see that balance in AED, credit limit, and item selling price in AED. Right. When you are doing customer invoices, you can convert quotations and sales orders to invoice, and when you are entering invoice for foreign customer, you can view this exchange rate also. Now if you have activated your multi-currency module, you can create different currencies. Go to multi-currency, and you can add currencies. You can select the currency here, and you can add, and this exchange rate will automatically update from European Central Bank rates. Now you can see this today's date exchange rate for today, that AED rate is 53.622814. That rate will apply here. If you want to change manually, you can change from here. And when you are creating customer, you can set customer currency from default settings, and currency. From here, you can select the customer's currency. Right. Next, we will move to options. Under options, you can view invoice gross profit. You can view item average cost, selling price, gross profit percentage. You can view the gross profit based on average cost or last cost. Then second option, invoice history. You can view invoice history, created, date, user, then email. If you edited this invoice, you can view that. Then user defined fields. Next, document attachments. You can add documents for this transaction. Then document notes, same as quotation and sales order. Okay, next, anticipated payment dates. Now we have entered this invoice. If customer promised to pay this invoice in a particular day, we can enter that date under anticipated payment date. Okay, we can click this add button, and we can enter, or we can select anticipated payment date. If you want to get any reminders for follow up that payment, you can select that date also. Next, create recurring invoices. We will discuss create recurring invoices in next session. From here, if you click this option, you can create recurring invoices. Now, I'll quickly go through these recurring invoices. Now you can set invoices, and you can set a start date and frequency for that invoice. Then according to this frequency, system will automatically generate invoice and email to that customer. Okay, you can select the customer, sales rep, and you can set a start date, and you can select frequency for here. Daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, 3 months, 6 months, like that you can set the frequency. And if you want, you can set a end date, or if you haven't sent any end date, system will automatically create invoices for that customer. And from here you can enter item, quantity and price. Then system will automatically create invoice and send to that customer. Okay, there's two options: create invoice as a draft or automatically. If you select automatically, system will create invoice and email to customer, and if it is as draft, you can manually check and process that transaction. Okay, for audit firm especially, now apartments, there are management fees, sinking fund, like that, maintenance fees available. So that those if you are in apartment sector, you can set these recurring, you can use this recurring invoice. Then you can set start date, frequency. Now for an example, if you are sending management fee invoices every 3 months or quarterly, you can select a frequency as every 3 months. Then system will automatically generate that invoice and send to that customer. Or if you are providing accounting services, if you are monthly invoicing to your customers, you can set frequency as monthly, and you can set your accounting consultancy fees. Or if you are a consultant, if you are charging fixed amount for particular period, you can set recurring invoices. Then system will automatically create that invoice and send to that customer. Okay, we will later discuss in detail recurring invoices. Right, next, create credit note. If you are returning this, if your customer returning this good back to you, you can create credit note for this invoice. And if you want to enter credit note, if you have enter credit note and if you want to re-invoice, you can use credit note and re-invoice. And if you want to enter receipt, you can create receipt from here also. We will do this transaction when we are discussing recurring invoice, credit note and receipts. And if you select copy invoice, you can copy that invoice. Okay, same items, item selling prices will display in this screen. Okay, those are options. Then when you are creating items, when you are entering invoices, you can select different item types: item, account, time, bundle. If you select item, you can select that physical and service items. If you select account, you can select GL accounts. And if you select time, you can select time. If you select bundle, you can select bundle items. Okay, and if you select account, you cannot enter quantity for here. It's only one by default, it's one, you cannot change. But if you select items and bundle item, you can change the number of quantity. Okay, next, now we can enter timesheets from here. And we can invoice that time to our customers. Now we'll select one customer. Now, if you are in a security firm, if you are a security firm, you may have different customers. You are providing security services. Now, for an example here, we have customers Dialog, Sampath Bank PSC, and Unilever, and we have entered timesheet for that customers. Okay. Now, if we select customers who have entered that timesheet, this button will activate. Okay, now you can see at time entries, we'll select different customer. Now that at time entry is inactivated. If we select customer who has timesheet entries, then this item, this button will activate. Okay, and you can invoice time. You can select that invoice time. Okay, you can view that times we haven't invoiced. If you want to invoice all, and we can select few. and from here create invoice line. Then those timesheet time values will display in the screen, and we can invoice to that customer. Okay, we can select at time. From here we can select all unbilled time, or we can select a date. Now for an example, now we are in month of May. If you want to invoice for April time, we can select date range. Okay, now we have March invoice lines. Now we want to invoice for March. We'll select date range, and we can select create invoice line. Then those times, those hours, we can invoice to that customer. Okay, this option also we will discuss when we are doing time tracking. This is just to get an idea. When you are invoicing, you can select item, account, time, and bundle items. Okay, now when you are invoicing, you can select the customer. Then when you are select, I'll quickly go through this customer invoice. You can select the customer. When you are select the customer, you can view the customer balance, credit limit, and details, postal address and delivery address. And you can select items from here, and you can process the transaction. And if you have that analysis codes, you can select analysis codes from this analysis code menu. Then those income will go to that analysis code. And when you are generating sorry, profit and loss report, you can generate that analysis code separately. Then you can convert quotations or sales order to invoice. And if you select foreign customer, you can view that customer's currency, item price also in customer's currency, and you can view the exchange rate. And if you have set blocking that quantity fall below 0, you can get an alert, or you can block that quantity fall below 0. And if your credit limit increased, system will pop up a message. Okay, credit limit increase. Those things, credit limit you can enter when you are create the custom. Right. Then under options, you can view gross profit, user defined fields, invoice history, document notes, and you can convert this invoice to recurring invoice, credit note, or you can enter customer receipts. Right. Furthermore, sometimes your company has 3 steps when you are creating customer invoice. You can enter customer quotation, then sales order, finally customer invoice. You can create invoices by customer quotation list. Go to customer quotation list and select the quotations you want to invoice, select actions and click create invoice. Then that quotation will convert to customer invoice. Same way, you can convert sales orders to invoice. Go to sales order, select the relevant sales order, click actions and select create invoice. From here also you can enter sales orders, customer invoices. Okay, now you can practice those options, and if you have any questions you can ask. Okay, before we wrap up, we'll quickly go through this status. And one more thing, when you are practicing, please step by step increase the available options. You can check the available options and step by step practice those, or improve step by steps and practice those available options. Okay, next, invoice status. Now you can see a few status available: unpaid, paid, overdue, and partially paid. Now after you enter invoices, the status, if that customer not paid yet, it's under unpaid. And if that customer has a credit period, and if that invoice reached the credit period, uh, invoice status will change to overdue. Okay, and if that customer paid for that invoice, status will change to paid. And that customer paid partially, part amount for that invoice, status will change to partially paid. Okay, there are four status: paid, unpaid, overdue, partially paid. Unpaid is customer not paid, and he has that customer has credit period. And overdue is that customer not paid and due date also reached. And paid is customer fully settled the invoice. Partially paid is customer not paid partially and there's a balance amount. Now you can see the partially, this customer invoice amount is 747 cents 50, amount due 497.50. That means that customer paid only part payment. Okay, then if it is a part payment, status will change to partially paid. Okay, like that there are few status, four status: paid, unpaid, overdue, and partially paid. Right, now we have completed customer invoices. Next session we will start from customer recurring invoices. And if you have any questions, you can ask. Okay, you can practice this transaction today, and please try to design customer layouts. And if you have any questions, please ask in next session. Okay, thank you very much. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
okay, welcome.